Once again, I welcome you to my channel. My name is Olafusi alias Kolawole. Today we'll be doing something very simple, very profound. We'll be talking about the menace of fake drugs and how to identify fake drugs, fake and counterfeit drugs. The battle against drug fakers or counterfeit drug is a multi-sectoral, multi-agencies approach. Like in Nigeria, we have NAFDAC. So in 2010, NAFDAC devised a Sprozil technology whereby you send a code. There is a scratch panel on the drug. You scratch it, you send it. They partner with some network provider. You send it for free and they give you instant reply that this drug is original. You can take. They will tell you the name of the drug. They will tell you the milligram contains so. It is original. Use. But if it is fake, they tell you do not take. It is fake. Call so number so as to report the incidents to NAFDAC or regulatory agency in your country. There was a time I bought this AccuCheck strip to check for blood sugar, to know if your blood sugar is high or not. To my amazement, out of the 50 in that pack, over 20 were wasted. Not that we have used them or anything has happened to them. They are still intact. You bring them out from the pack, insert it into the machine. Before you put blood, it will tell you E1, E2, give you all manner of errors signal. Instantly, I know that I am dealing with fakers here. So the battle against counterfeit drug is a call to everybody that we must put all our hands on the deck to stamp it out. What is counterfeit medicine or drug? Counterfeit drug are drugs that are sold, deceptively packaged to look like the original drug. To look like the original drug, to look as if it will do the same work. And in the packaging, it takes at times technology to be able to decipher whether this is fake or not. That is fake drug. And there are so many fake drugs in the market today. So many of them. It's so much that you now find it difficult to trust people. Who can I trust? Which brand should I buy? Especially in the major drug markets. So for today, we'll be looking at how to track fake drugs, how to identify them. The problem of fake drug or counterfeit drugs is not peculiar, to the developing countries alone. Same way in Nigeria, we have NAFDAC that are in charge of pharmaceutical products, foods and water. They are doing fantastically well. But the funniest thing is that the drug fakers, the counterfeiters, they are always upgrading their skills. They're upgrading their skills every time. So let's go ahead and look at some of the ways to identify fake drugs. Number one, I call this the P's. P, letter P. The place you buy your drugs. Where do you buy your drugs? in Nigeria, especially in Lagos, go to streets in the evening, you see women, men, putting drugs on the shelf in bus stop, in a dusty environment, dirty area. And you see people that you think should know, educated, informed people, patronizing them. They will leave the services of pharmacists, patent drug vendors, and patronize people that are hawking drugs inside nylon bag. Now, when anything happened to you after taking such drug, who will you call? But when you go to a registered, recognized place, maybe by the way of association or by the way of Pharmacists Council of Nigeria endorsing the place, you are sure of what you are buying because they have license. Nobody want to, risk his license being revoked. So they are very careful of what they sell. So where do you buy your drugs? The second one is the prescription. The drug in your hand or the drug you are going to buy, are they prescribed for you? Or you had a jingle, an advertisement, and the next thing is to jump out. You don't know the active ingredient. You don't know whether there is any ingredient in the drug that you will react to. So the more you buy unprescribed drugs, the drugs that are not prescribed for you, the more you help counterfeiters, to thrive in their business. The third one is the promise. The promise of, if you buy this drug, you have diabetes, you have hypertension, you have this, you have that. The drug will take care of everything. Just one drug? Be careful. So that's why they thrive. That's why counterfeiters thrive. They give you promise, money back guarantee, this drug does this, that. Have you gone to their website? Have you read the testimonials of people? What are people saying about the drug? Promise. They promise you big incentives. The next two, the price and the product itself. Now you look at a particular brand of ACT, adrenaline combination therapy in your area. You sample like 5 or 6, and the average is maybe 400, 500, 800, 1,000. And suddenly, you buy it to one and they said it's 300 naira, 200 naira. And you think you have seen a cheap article? I wolf the wrong belly. You have to be careful. Or you look at it, it's like the original one you bought. The other one was sold for 1,500. This one they are selling it for 300. You are supposed to ask question. Ask them, what's wrong? What's wrong with this? Why are you selling it below what I normally buy? How you see something like this thing? You did not ask question. But that product might have been counterfeited, faked. So that's another important thing to know. Price. Look at the price. If this price is too good to be true. Then look at the product itself. Pharmacists Council of Nigeria prescribed that drugs are to be sold in their original pack, especially to the medicine vendors. They are to be sold in their original packs. You don't remove them. I've seen people removing drug, counting them inside sachet. Then when you ask the people, you are suffering so which drug have you used? I don't know. They just put them inside sachet for me. Haba. That's criminal. Your patient have the right to know what they are taking. Okay, you are afraid that if they know, they will not come back to you. Okay. You educate them. You do your work. Educate them. They have the right to know. PCN stipulate that you must give drug in the original pack. Don't cut it off. Let them see the whole package. If it is paracetamol, let them see the whole paracetamol. On the paracetamol, the expiry date will be there, imprinted. Let them see it. Why are you removing it? Maybe the drug has expired. Huh? You don't want them to know. Now you cut drug. Help me to miss it. In this part of the world, in Lagos, they say miss am. Malaria, headache, typhoid, everything, 100 naira. That's serious. That's serious. It's wrong. The product itself. Look at is the product in its original pack. Can you see the label clearly? They must be well labeled. We will talk about labeling very soon. Well labeled. You must see the batch number, the expiry date. Everything must be there. You can call for the pack. If you are buying in such a like this drug that are 10 by 10, you can call for the pack. See it. That's very important. Another thing is, where was this drug manufactured? Where? Some of these manufacturers, fakers, drug counterfeiters, they don't have traceable address. No traceable address. As a business owner, as a freelance distributor, a medical sales rep, pick the drug, do research on it, look at the address on the container, on the pack, Google it. Some people will give you address, maybe you just want address in Punjab, India, where it's just a residential area and you think it's a company. At times you do that. Then the most important one is the use of technology developed by Terrorism. It's important that from 2010, NAFDAC has alliance with Sprozil. They have their office in Massachusetts in the United States of America. They developed this mobile authentication system of checking if drug if it is fake or original. And since then, that has reduced the incidences of fake and counterfeit product by almost 37 to 40%, according to research conducted by WHO. What you just need to do is to scratch it. The mobile authentication system was first developed in Ghana in 2007. In the whole world, they were the first. So no, we must stamp out this fake drug. They developed it and it worked very well. Countries started, emulating them, Kenya, Nigeria, and so on and so forth. There must be a scratch panel on every drug. And for those that are in a pack, the scratch panel will be placed on the pack. What we are supposed to do is to scratch it, scratch the panel. It will reveal some numbers. You now send it to a particular code written, on the pack, on that scratch panel. You send it to the network and it is done free of charge. And within seconds, you have another SMS, telling you whether that drug is fake or original. The incoming message will tell you the name of the drug, the milligram, that is the strength of the drug, the expiry date, and some important information on the label of the drug. So by that you have bought original medicine or drug. Now the retailers, patent vendors, what you are supposed to do is when you buy drugs in pack, you go to drug market, when you buy drug in pack, pick out some of the drugs randomly, scratch it, send to be sure of what you are buying. Once you have the message, keep it for your patient, because those you have scratched, they may query you. Why you scratch this? Show them. I've scratched it to know whether they are original or not. Show them the message, the SMS sent to you by the company, so they will have rest of mind. Let me tell you another story. Do you know that I've almost put myself in trouble or sometimes ago, about 7 years ago? I bought a particular brand of anti-malaria, a very popular brand. I told my customer, scratch it before you leave this place. The man said, no worry, Jare, I know you now. I know you can't give us something. Okay, but please, if you get home, scratch it. You know that I was encouraging the person to scratch, but I've not done it. I've not done my due diligence to know whether the product is really okay or not. Lo and behold, this guy came back and said, there is a problem. I said, what? Problem K. This is a popular brand, known everywhere in Nigeria. I said, look at the message I got. Hey, I see my life. It's not funny. Immediately I pack. So that is why the place you bought your drug are very important. I pack everything. Pam. I went. I said, Oga, come. Where did you get this drug? So. He said, please, wait. They called the company. Can you see now? The link. Okay, if for instance I bought this product from roadside hawkers, how will I be able to, to track it? I mean, I've lost, that patient, I've lost money, I've lost my investment, and so many things. Every couple counts in business. I said, wait. So immediately they say, come back the second day. And when I got there, they gave me another pack. I scratched immediately. I confirmed. When I got back, I think there was a mixed up somewhere when they were packaging and everything. So I noted the brand, the batch of that particular product. And lo and behold, everything, they've cleared themselves. Do you know that some companies, some pharmaceutical company may want to cut corner. They may want to cut corner. So as a vendor, as a drug vendor, as a pharmacist, a pharmacy owner, you also must do your due diligence to check what you are buying. Don't encourage them. That drug may be given to your brother or your sister or your mother or your father or yourself or your children. So don't encourage them. Do your due diligence. Educate your patient on what to do, what not to do. Scratch this thing. If you are a drug vendor, scratch randomly, and that's what is advocated by NAFDAC. They said scratch randomly, pick like 3 or 4 or 5, scratch them, send it, and get the result. Very, very simple. Just taking it. Most drugs now have the scratch panel, the MAS, MES, Mobile Authentication System. Scratch it, send it, and know whether it is genuine or not. So we have a lot to talk about as far as this issue of a fake drug is concerned. But let me stop here. Let your friends see this video. Let them see this video. Like the video, share it, subscribe to my channel if you have not done so, and hit the bell notification to know when I drop the next video, especially in this area of drug and identifying fake drugs or fake products. Giving you this free of charge as our way of sensitizing the public to the menace of fake drugs and how we can curb them. We may not be able to win the war completely, but if you do your part, I do my part, gradually, we have more people on our side. So do your best to share the video. Don't keep it to yourself. Don't be selfish with this information. And look out for my next video. Where do you buy your products, your drugs? Are the drugs prescribed for you? When you look at the price and it's too good to be true, don't you know something is wrong or could be wrong? Ask question and know whether the drug has expired or is about to expire, and because of that they are giving it out. Look at your product. Are they in the original pack? those that have seal that are sealed like some blood tonic, has anything happened to the seal? The labeling, the expiry date, has it been tampered? See some of them, you go to printing press, you see people printing expiry date. They will tamper it, put another date on the original date. Even suspect any foul play, leave that drug, go and buy another one. Important. Do you have some things that should not be, in the pack that are there? Ask them, ask questions, and do research. Go to NAFDAC website to learn about, the latest about drug. If a particular drug has been banned, or if a particular drug has issue, and so forth. But most importantly, use the Mobile Authentication System, the MAS, developed by Terrorism. Use it on every drug you see. But in the next 2-3 years, virtually almost all the drugs will have it, so that we are sure of what we are buying, and buy from a reputable place, from people that if anything happen, you can easily go back and tell them, this is the reaction I have to this drug, so that you help the regulatory agency in your country, you help the company that are marketing and companies that are producing, to stamp out the menace of fake and counterfeit drug in our country and in our continent. So once again, I want to say thank you for watching this video. See you soon. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the bell notification, subscribe to this channel, share this video, let it go viral, let people see it, and let them know these simple things that I have talked about.